go ahead and get started. We don't talk much about the nodes. We don't hear a lot about it. However, the nodes are very, very important. And when I do my personal one-on-one readings, I do speak about the nodes in the reading. So we're going to talk about how important they are. July 4th, rest day for us. I cooked salmon croquettes and grilled shrimp. Sounds good. So tonight we're talking about the nodes. And the reason we're talking about the nodes is because the nodes are getting ready to switch signs. And we're going to talk a little bit about where the nodes have been for the last year and a half. Talk about, what their purpose is, how they impact us. And then finally we're going to wrap it up by going into how this new set of nodes that we have coming up this month is going to impact each and every rising sign for the next 18 months, which is a long time. So, okay. All right, so anyway, the nodes. First of all, let's define what the nodes are. The nodes are celestial points. They're not planets. They're actual celestial points that reveal your karmic path and your purpose in this lifetime. So we have what we call the North Node and we have the South Node. So, and it's spelled N-O-D-E, all right? So with the North Node is all about our destiny. This is, if I did a reading and I didn't talk about anything else in a person's birth chart, if I only talked about the nodes, that would be enough for that person to know what their purpose is here on life. Because the node is what you are energetically supposed to be striving for in this lifetime. Before you leave this earth, your purpose is to figure out the purpose of your node and to operate in it. So it's really, really important for you to know where your nodes are in your birth chart. So for example, my personal nodes are, my North Node is in the sign of Pisces in the 8th house, and my South Node, opposite that, is in the sign of Virgo in the 2nd house. So with the North Node being in Pisces, my purpose here on this earth in this lifetime is to learn to live more in my spirituality. It is to learn more to be in my imagination and my creativity. It is to be more Piscean, be more like a Pisces in how I approach life. Hey, Asia. And how I approach life. I'm supposed to lean a lot into my spirituality, lean a lot into manifestation, lean a lot into the things that have to do with the afterlife. So that would be my purpose on this earth before I leave this life and go on to my next assignment, is to fulfill that. The next thing is the South Node. Now, where we have a North Node, we automatically have a South Node. And the South Node is always going to be opposite of the North Node, and it's going to be in the opposite sign. So the South Node represents where we have been. The South Node represents what we innately and naturally know how to do, okay? These are the things that we don't need to learn. Sometimes with the South Node, these are the things that we need to release that may be hindering us in this lifetime and hindering us from reaching our destiny with the North Node. If you're a believer also in past lives, I'm a personal believer in past lives. This is the life that you've already lived. You've already lived this sign. You already lived this South Node in another lifetime. So you don't need to repeat it, and that's why it seems to come so naturally to you. But the purpose for the South Node is for you to release that. And like I said before, this can be a hindrance to you. Now, yes, it's for you to release. However, The South Node is there for you to use that knowledge when it's needed. It's not supposed to be governing your life. Your North Node is where you're supposed to be, what you're supposed to be working in. But your South Node is more like, if I get into a situation where I need to pull out these tools of the South Node, they're there, and I know how to do it. Now, my North Node is in Pisces, so I'm supposed to be living a more spiritual life. I'm supposed to be relying heavily on my intuition as I go through life. My South Node is in Virgo, which is the opposite energy. Virgo is a sign of the mind, and Virgo is a sign that needs to see facts. It needs to see charts. It needs to see graphs. It analyzes things. It does statistics. Virgos need to see the thing in front of them. It can be very analytical. So with me, I can get wrapped up in the details of things. My gut may have already told me the answer, but I'll get in my head. And that's something that I'm supposed to learn to release and live less in, and stop thinking myself, because Virgo is a thinking sign, and stop thinking myself out of things. Now, that's not to say that I'm going to not use that or not need that, but that is not the energy that I'm supposed to be living in this lifetime. That is the energy that I'm supposed to be using as a tool when needed. And funny enough, your nodes are going to be in particular houses. And like I told you, my Pisces North Node is in the 8th house of other people's money and other people's resources. So I'm supposed to be living in the energy of receiving from others. And I'm supposed to be living in the energy of manifesting money. That's why I'm always talking about a sugar daddy. Or I'm always talking about a man with money. So my South Node would be in my 2nd house of earned income. So this is where I know how to work. So this is what the South Node is telling me. You know how to work. You know how to make money. You know how to manage money. You know how to do all of that. But you also know how to be very self-sabotaging in this area. And I know how to hoard money. I know how to be fearful over money. I know how to not trust the universe behind money. So I'm not supposed to be doing that. I'm supposed to be leaning into my Pisces energy, trusting the universe that is going to bring everything that I need. So this is, and I'm gonna give you the dates, and we're gonna talk about the nodal change. It's dark here. The last 18 months, the nodes have been impacting the sign of Taurus. North Node has been in the sign of Taurus, and you're welcome. And the South Node has been in the sign of Scorpio. Okay, I'll get yours, Rashida. So the last 18 months, as I said before, the North Node has been occupying the sign of Taurus, and the South Node has been occupying the sign of Scorpio. And this started back January 19th, 2022. And it is going to end on July 17th, 2023. Okay? So the last 18 months, if you have prominent Taurus energy or prominent Scorpio energy, you may feel like the last 18 months have been, the world has been picking on you. The world has just been like singling you out and just dumping everything that it could possibly dump on you. And in a sense, it has. So if you are a Taurus sun, moon, or rising, or you're a Scorpio sun, moon, or rising, this last 18 months have been a lot of lessons with regards to who you are. And also just depending on where your nodes are placed. So 18 months, eclipse changes, things falling apart, things falling together, taking 2 steps forward, getting pulled back 3 steps. It has just been an ongoing cycle of change and ups and downs for my Taurus and Scorpio natives. Now, I will tell you that this energy is about to get a little bit better for you because on July 17th, the nodes are going to leave your sign. And they won't be back, I think, for another 18 and a half years. So you can rest, all right? So that means when the nodes leave Taurus and Scorpio, they have to go somewhere. So the nodes actually transit backwards. So you would think that they would be going into Gemini, but no, they're actually going backwards. So the two signs that are going to be hosting the nodes from July 13th, July 17th, 2023 to January 30th, 2025 is going to be Aries and Libra. So if you are an Aries sun, moon, or rising, the North Node will be occupying your sign. And if you are a Libra, sun, moon, and rising, the South Node will be occupying your sign for the next 18 months. So that means everybody's going to be impacted. However, the sign that is hosting the nodes is going to be a little bit more heavily impacted because this is directly hitting you and your identity and yourself. So you could look for, as an Aries and a Libra placement, a lot of changes coming your way. So if you have a Scorpio or a Taurus that's close to you, you might want to ask them what this last 18 months kind of felt like. And they can give you an indication on, what you might go through, how you might feel, and how this could play out. I got a couple of Scorpios on here now, and I'm sure that they can attest to the last 18 months have been very transformative, and they have learned a lot, grown a lot, and experienced a lot over the last 18 months. If you are a Taurus a Taurus placement on here or a Scorpio placement on here, put please let me know, and just say, if you're a Taurus or a Scorpio, and then just let me know whether or not how the last 18 months have felt for you. You don't have to go into personal detail or anything like that. But now Rashida is one of my favorite Scorpios, and she says it's been a roller coaster, and that's to say the least. Yes, it has. But you'll know that you'll start to feel like, oh, okay, some of this is kind of easing up. And it's not hitting me as hard. Now, even though it is leaving Taurus and Scorpio, you're still going to be feeling the nodal situation when it goes into Aries and Libra, but it will just be a little bit less focused on you, and then it'll just be more in one area of your life, and we'll talk about that. So Rashida's a Scorpio, and she says it's been a roller coaster. I got another Scorpio on here. And my sister, I was just saying, she's a Scorpio rising, and it's been a roller coaster for her. But oddly enough, my sister's also a Libra sun, so she is not about to escape this either, because the South Node is Libra is going to be in South Node is going to be in Libra, so she's still going to go through some more lessons the next 18 months. But we'll get to that. All right. So if you want to write this down. Again, the dates are July 17th, 2023 to January 30th, 2025. Also, I always like to give points of reference where people can kind of look back and see if they can pinpoint what was the theme. So the last time the nodes were in Aries and Libra was actually late 2004. So if you go back, if you can remember back to, December 27, 2004 to June 22nd, 2006. This was the last time we had the nodes in Aries and Libra. So if you wanted a reference to what was the theme during that particular window, it'll give you an indication of the things that you may experience coming up with this new cycle 18 years later. Now, some of you are old enough to go a little bit further back, which is I'm one of those people. So prior to that, the nodes were in Aries and Libra, April the 7th, 1986 to December the 2nd, 1987. Interesting. Yeah, that's an interesting time. And I can remember off the bat with that particular time and being where my nodes are placed, I was graduating high school during that time. And my North Node, it would have been going through my ninth house of education. So I was graduating high school. What else happened? That would have been the third house. I have to think about that. But those are the times you need a reading. Are you talking about a mini reading or you want to do a detailed reading? Just let me know. So those will be some dates that you can reference back and look back at and see what was going on with you during that time, and you may see a theme come back around in the next for this cycle here. So do we have any questions so far? Anything anybody want me to okay, I'll send you the link. Actually, if you want to do something tomorrow, I am doing the special pricing on that. But just send me an inbox if you're interested in meeting tomorrow. So any questions, comments? Are you just ready for me to give you the information? If you're just ready for me to give you the information, send me a heart or a thumbs up or something to that. And we can get started. All right, perfect. So we're going to start at the top of the zodiac as we always do. Please keep in mind that the primary energy and information is going to be geared towards your rising sign. So you're going to listen for your rising sign first, your sun sign second, and your moon sign third, but not so much on the moon sign, more or less on the rising sign and the sun sign. And you're going to listen for them in that order. If you don't remember your rising sign and you've had a detailed reading with me, please let me know. I'll look it up for you. All right. So if you are Aries rising sun or moon, the nodal change is going to be impacting you over the next 18 months in the area of your first and seventh house. So the nodes, the North Node will be impacting your first house and the South Node will be impacting your seventh house. So what you can anticipate over the next 18 months with this nodal changes are, first, number one, it's going to be a lot to do with your physical body because the North Node is occupying the first house, and it has everything to do with your physical body, your appearance, how you're showing up in the public, your personality, your ego, your energy that you give off, and most importantly, how people see you is going to be impacted. So over the next 18 months, you may decide that you want to address health concerns, health issues. Could there be a time in that window that you may come across a health issue? Could be, because this is about the physical body and changes that we are going through in our physical body. But this is also about how we're showing up. A lot of my Aries risings will start to feel like they are changing in their personality, changing in how they approach life. So with that, you may go through a period of anxiety, maybe a little bit of depression, maybe a little bit of questioning who you are, and going through this change and moving yourself into who you are truly as a person. So you may want to think about going to therapy at this time. This will also look like, again, addressing any health concerns or health issues. This could also look like you changing your style. So you may be presenting differently, not just personality-wise, but also in how you show up in your physical appearance. So some of my Aries risings may be thinking about over the next 18 months, some type of cosmetic changes. So that could look like maybe you're changing your hair. Maybe you want to have some type of cosmetic surgery. Maybe you're changing your makeup, doing something different, sprucing up your wardrobe and your appearance. So a lot of things with regards to your physical body. Now, this will also be a time over the next year and a half that you'll be thinking about a lot about your singular personal goals. Now, this is not going to have anything to do with family, friends, children, spouses. These are goals that are strictly about you and don't include anyone else. So this would be a great time for you to really, really figure out what it is that you want as an individual. Even if you're in a relationship, this is a time to put yourself first in all aspects. Because what is now going to happen to, even though the North Node is about the destiny and where you're going to in your first house and putting self first, the opposite of that is going to be this South Node. And it's going to be across opposite in your relationship house. One-on-one relationships. So this could look like romantic, marriage, business, family, friends, people that we connect with, we do business with. You're going to go through this period of trying to find yourself as an individual, trying to carve out your individual energy, but it may come as a challenge to you because you're still trying to maintain one-on-one relationships. Now, when we talk about the South Node in the 7th house, I will tell you, if you're an Aries rising or Aries sun, this could see some people leaving your life, okay? However, or for whatever reason. This could be the ending of a marriage, an ending of a relationship, a friendship. This could be people transitioning out of your life permanently. And, we have to speak of, in death in some way, so they transition over into the afterlife. This could be just the ending of relationships with people, or this could look like the ending of how you do certain relationships. Maybe the relationship stays, but there's a transition or a change in how you relate to other people, how you show up in other people's lives. So we could see that. Now, could this see some of my single Aries rising solidifying a relationship? Absolutely. This definitely could. So don't think that just because it's the South Node that it's just everything is leaving. This can be the end of you being single, okay, and finding your person, because that 7th house is activated, and it will activate energy around bringing people into your life, ending certain dynamics, certain relationships, and the possibility of opening doors for new relationships to come in. So we will be trying to figure out how to do ultimately a balance of maintaining yourself as an individual, putting yourself first, but also how you show up in one-on-one relationships. And really, most importantly, with that South Node in the 7th house, this is how that you don't get lost in relationships. Don't get lost in relationships. And if you are suffering from losing yourself in your relationships, trying to figure out how to get out of that, and realizing that even though when you're in any type of dynamic with another person, you still are an individual and you still need to maintain that individualism. So that is going to be your task and your lesson over the next 18 months. Taurus rising, sun or moon, the North Node is going to be occupying your 12th house. So the 12th house is about hidden things. This is about our healing, our trauma, things that we hold on to, things that we keep secret. This is the house of, again, secrets that we keep from other people and that are kept from us. This is about our spirituality and our spiritual life and the afterlife. And this is also the area that governs specialized populations. So this could look like prisons, hospitals, sanctuaries, retreats, the confinement of our mind of some sort. So when we're looking at the North Node, and this is about our destiny and what we're trying to strive for my Taurus risings, this is adopting a more spiritual life for yourself. This is you opening yourself up to healing, releasing, walking into a more healthier state, and embracing a more spiritual lifestyle. This is going to prompt the beginning of a lot of healing for Taurus risings. Especially those of you that have a tendency to suppress things, that have a tendency to try to avoid certain things with regards to your experiences that you've had. I don't think you're going to be able to do that any longer. This could also look like those of you that have always thought that you dealt with or you address certain traumas in your life. Something could be triggered, and whatever this thing is comes up again, and then you realize, I really never dealt with that. I just pushed it aside and I just suppressed it like I normally do. And now this thing is coming up again. Or this could be you discovering that because you have unaddressed hurts or traumas, discovering how it's showing up in your other areas of your life. A lot of times when we've been hurt or we have things that we're holding on to, it comes out in our relationships. It comes out in how we do life. And we're not really sure why we do certain things or why we have certain self-sabotaging behaviors. It's because we have unresolved hurts that we need to address. And I think this is going to be the beginning of healing for my Taurus risings, which is a wonderful thing. Now, this may tie into a hospital stay, maybe for you or someone close to you. This may tie into you wanting to take a trip or needing to take a trip that has everything to do with your spiritual well-being and your healing. Some of you could be checking into a wellness center, a rehab center, a hospital in some sort. Now, when we get to prisons, I don't know. I don't know your life. So hopefully you're not going to prison. But this could tie you into some way, someone in prison, getting out of prison, or you dealing with someone that potentially has a prison stay that could be coming up. Hopefully not, but just keep in mind those are the things that could come up for this node in your 12th house. Now, when we look across the street, the South Node is about your physical health. As much as the 12th house is about your spiritual health and healing, the 6th house is literally about your physical and mental health. This is the house of how we eat, physical and mental health. This is the house of our work environment and how we're of service to others and our pets. So if you're a Taurus rising, that South Node could be having you releasing unhealthy habits by way of your health and mental health. So if you've been abusing your body, not taking care of yourself, not eating right, you've been abusing your body with drugs, alcohol, whatever you're doing with it, this is the time that you will get a lot of support in releasing that. Now, this could also look at those Taurus risings that have ongoing health issues that just can't seem to be resolved. This could actually put you in the mindset or the favor of finally getting the correct diagnosis, finally figuring out the correct care plan for whatever this condition is. This can also be a breakthrough for you if you ever wanted to study any type of holistic ways of healing your body. Now, I am not a medical professional, so don't take my advice. However, I am a believer in traditional medicine as well as holistic medicine working hand in hand. So this could be opening the doors for you to start to bring in and implement more of a holistic way of healing your body. But I suggest taking care of yourself with regards to your health. You may get a diagnosis, or you can be coming into the next 18 months ending of some type of medical treatment that you've been under that finally comes to an end. Therapy, because this is where our foods are. You definitely could be, especially with a Taurus, needing to release bad eating habits. So the South Node is there to support you in making a radical change around how you eat. Not a diet, but a lifestyle change around the foods that you eat. When we talk about the work environment, some of you could be leaving a job over the next 18 months, whether it's voluntary or involuntary. But I want you, if you do lose a job in some way, please look at it as, because you're a Taurus, sometimes Tauruses stay in situations way longer than they should. And a Taurus what's that saying? The devil that I know is better than the devil that I don't know. So a Taurus will stay somewhere, even if they're miserable, even if it's not productive. It's because they don't like change. Well, this next 18 months, you may be forced to make a change. I find a lot of my Tauruses, the universe has to actually do something for them in order to kick them to get started on something. So being that this is the work environment, this could be a change in your work environment where you work. This could be losing a job, changing jobs. This could be changing departments. Now, like I said, again, if it is losing a job, I don't ever think of it losing a job. This is opening the door for an opportunity that you never would have taken on your own. And this also could look like a transferring. Maybe you stay in the same job, but you transfer departments. But something about your work environment definitely could change in a very impactful way over the next 18 months. And some of you could be acquiring a new pet. I would also tell you to please make sure you're paying attention to your pet's health during the next 18 months. That could come up. And if you are a caregiver, or some of you may find yourself in a caregiver role, maybe to a family member or a friend, I don't know what that could look like. That could look like a medical caregiver. That could look like a financial caregiver. But you may be taking responsibility for someone over the next 18 months. Okay? Gemini rising, sun or moon, that north node is going to be impacting your 11th house. So here we are moving into a social 18 months for Geminis. And funny enough, Geminis are not as social as people think they are. They really are not. But you're going to be moving and activating your 11th house. This is about your friend groups, your associates, friendships, groups and organizations. Your long-term goals are here, and unexpected blessings and gains. So if you're a Gemini rising or Gemini sun, mostly Gemini rising, this is going to be opening you up to meeting new people, forging new friendships, spending more time with your friends. This could see some of my Gemini risings joining groups and organizations over the next 18 months. This could also be, if you are currently a part of a group or organization, this could look like you taking on a more active role, or maybe a more responsible role in a group or organization of some sort. But this is a very social house. So I would say for my Gemini risings, this is about you cultivating a social circle and a social life for you over the next 18 months. Now, with it being the North Node, and this being the house that governs unexpected gains and unexpected blessings, my Gemini risings may be on the receiving end of a lot of unexpected money, unexpected opportunities, and unexpected gains, and they primarily will probably come through your connection with others, your friend groups and organizations. So I like this for my Gemini risings. I think you guys deserve a little bit of unexpected blessings coming your way. This is also the area that governs your long-term goals, dreams, and wishes. So a lot of you are going to be really laser focused in getting your goals and your dreams and working toward those over the next 18 months. Being very motivated to get those things done, whatever your goals are. And it may be a restructuring, and maybe you throw in a new, a few new goals for yourself over the next 18 months. But a lot of this is just getting out, socializing, putting yourself out there, and just being ready to receive all those unexpected blessings that could come your way. Now, the South Node is all about the releasing or the change or transformation around your 5th house. So this has to do with your children or the children around you. This is the house of joy. This is the house of pregnancy. And what else is here? Our dating life is here. Dating, romance, love affairs, casual sex, and our self-expression. And this is the lottery too. So with the South Node, for me, this will look like some of my Gemini risings. With regards to your children, there may be a change in how you're parenting your children. There may be some changes that your children are going through, and you're having to adjust how you parent or how you relate to your children over the next 18 months. Now, this could look like some of your children leaving the nest, maybe going out to college, maybe they're getting their first apartment, maybe some of you that share custody with another parent, the child decides that they want to go live with the other parent, but there could be some major shifts or releasing around your children. Again, maybe they're just getting older, and you're going through that phase of they don't need you as much. So now you need to figure out who you are as an individual since you've been a parent for so long. So that may be a strain for you to start cutting those ties and realizing that you're about to, you have to parent differently at this time. Some of you, with regards to pregnancy, could be hearing about a pregnancy, could be hearing about an adoption that you've been waiting on, or a foster situation or a custody situation could be coming to an end during that time. Some of you that have been, oh, this just came to me. I don't know if somebody's been having trouble with getting pregnant, fertility issues. Over the next 18 months, you actually may find whatever the resolution is this to you. Maybe you needed a new doctor or a new treatment or some new options around you getting pregnant. I don't know who that is for, but that just came to me. So if you are a Gemini rising that's been struggling with infertility or the question around being a parent, something could come your way by way of the information or the doctor or the procedure or something happens, and it kind of puts you on the road to becoming a parent. Don't know who that's for, but there it is. Now, when we look at this area, this is the romance house, the dating house. Some of you are ready to take your current dating situation to another level. So that could look like going from casual dating to exclusive dating, or exclusive dating to getting engaged or living together. And then on the flip side of that, that could be an ending to the relationship. You finally realize, you know what, this is not going anywhere. I think we're on two different pages. We're in two different books. So maybe the ending of a dating situation, or maybe it's an ending of you being single. Like my Gemini risings, if you have been out there and you've been single for a considerable amount of time, this could be the end of you being single. Now, being that the South Node is in this dating house, that probably also means that you need to date differently. You need to learn how to date differently. So whatever you've been doing by way of your dating life, it may benefit you to try something different. Release, this is about release, releasing those old habits and those old expectations around dating to welcome in something new for you. And even though the South Node is activated in this fifth house, buy a lottery ticket. You know how I am about the lottery tickets. Buy lottery tickets. Okay, so do we have any questions about Aries, Taurus, or Gemini? If you do, put them in the chat. I'll be right back. What do you want? All right, give me a heart or a thumbs up and let me know that if you're ready to move on. Oh, you know what? Let me get Rashida's nose real quick. Let's see, what are they? Oh, okay, good. Perfect timing. So North Node in the fourth, and Taurus, and South Node in the 10th. So no questions? All right. Maybe I'm just missing the chat. All right, there we go. I don't know, maybe my chat is not working. So I'm just gonna keep going. Okay. So next we're going to talk about Cancer rising, sun or moon. I do have a Cancer rising that is close to me, so hopefully she is watching this live. The North Node is going to be impacting the 10th house of career if you are a Cancer rising. Love, love, love this for y'all. So your North Node is going to be driving your career, moving your career forward, because the 10th house is about career. The 10th house is about our public image, how we're seen to higher ups. This is interaction with higher ups. Public image, our father is here, masculine energy is here, and our titles are here. So what we could see over the next 18 months, if you are Cancer rising, is going to be a change in your career status. Some of you are going to be getting new jobs, could be getting a new promotion, could be climbing the corporate ladder. A lot of positive energy around changes around your career. This is also the area that governs higher ups. So you will feel like, and you probably will be supported by higher ups in different areas. So this could be, of course, at your job, your place of employment, but this could also be an outside in different types of settings. Close that door. Close the door. In different types of settings. This could also be like higher ups that are looking at you for promotions. So I would always tell you to show up at your best, because you don't know who's watching you, and there could be somebody watching you wanting to put you in charge of a promotion, a project, maybe promoting you in some way. This will also look like those of you that are in groups or organizations in your community. You may be taking a more authoritative role. Maybe you run for president or some type of office. Maybe you go into some type of local government, something around that way. How you're showing up in the general public is going to be on display in a good way. Use this energy to make any type of career progress that you want to. Now, this is also a relationship house, and this is the area that we have our titles. Some of my Cancer risings will have, not only, if it's not a professional title change, this could be a personal title change. So this could look like some of you getting engaged or getting married or becoming someone's significant other, and your title change. Now, could this bring on a divorce? It could, because that's under title changes. But I have to think that this would be something that would be beneficial at some point down the line. So over the next 18 months, Cancer rising, let's really put some energy into our career, because we could really be making great strides with that. Now, the opposite of that is going to be that South Node in the 4th house for you, Cancer rising. So 4th house, home, real estate, family, your mother, feminine energy is here, your emotional foundation is here. South Node, one of the things that's in this 4th house again is our emotional stability. So some of you need to amp up the therapy, start the therapy, start the healing around family dynamics. With this being a South Node, this is another thing where we may be dealing with upsets or upheavals in our family, our very close family dynamics. So be prepared for interactions, changes, those hard conversations, maybe confrontations, but getting to a better space and a better understanding with regards to family and family dynamics. I would say, Cancer rising, this is a great time for you to start. If you ever thought about researching your family history, this would be a great year for you to start that. Now, this can also see some of my Cancer risings moving, planning for a move, or purchasing a home. Now, if you're not doing any of that, this could also look like changes in the people that are in your home, so moving in and out, or some type of change around the structure and how your home life changes in some way. All right, so look for dynamic changes coming around the 4th house, your home, your family, real estate, things of that nature. Could take a lot of work over the next 18 months. All right. Now, if you are a Leo rising, sun or moon, and guess who is a Leo rising? That would be me. Leo rising, sun or moon. The North Node is going to be impacting your ninth house. So the ninth house, international travel, foreigners, foreign business. This is also the area that governs higher education, educational pursuits, religion, legal proceedings, and your belief system. So if you're a Leo rising like me, this is a great time for you to be returning to school, educating yourself on some type of topic of some sort. I'm going to be transparent. I started a class the other day. I'm not going to say what kind of class it is, but I did start classes a couple of days ago. So I'm trying to obtain a certain degree here in the next 18 months. Okay, may not take that long, but yeah, I just started classes. So if you're a Leo rising, this is a great time to go back to school. Some of my Leo risings will be going through a spiritual awakening during this 18 months because the ninth house governs our religion, our faith, our spirituality, our belief system. So some of you can be in line for a spiritual awakening, a realignment around your faith. Maybe you're changing religions, changing belief systems, changing churches, mosques, temples, how you worship, or just changing how you worship in general. So we could be tapping more into our faith around this next 18 months. This bodes well for a lot of travel. So if you can do some traveling during this 18 months, and if not, even if you don't plan a trip, if you do not have your passport, get your passport. You may be using it over the next 18 months, okay? Let's see. And there could be a legal situation that comes up, so just wish you the best on that. And in the South Node is going to be transiting your third house. So the third house is about communication, how you communicate. This is also an educational house. It's about our siblings, our extended family, short distance travel, media projects, and transportation. Now, one of the things that could come up for Leo rising over this next 18 months is the purchasing of a new vehicle. Hopefully you were planning to do that and it doesn't come as a surprise, but just be prepared before the possibility of purchasing a new vehicle or putting a lot of money into fixing up or repairing or maintenance going towards your current vehicle, okay? Another thing we could be looking at during this time is this is a great time for Leo risings, especially if you are business owners or you do business on social media. Rebranding, sprucing up your brand. If you've been neglecting your branding, your image, if you've been neglecting your social media outlets, your websites, over the next 18 months, this is a great time for you to get more active with those things. And especially if those of you that want to start launching a media campaign for yourself, great time to start that. And rebranding your product and yourself to the general public. Again, educational pursuits are here also. You may be taking a lot of short distance trips. So if you're not able to manage to do a long distance international trip, like in the ninth house, short distance travel is great for you also. That's travel within the states, that's road trips, things of that nature. And some of you could be penning a book over the next 18 months. At best, I want my Leo risings to get into journaling over this next 18 months. I think that'll be very therapeutic for you. Okay, next we're going to talk about 1, 2, 3. Virgo rising, sun or moon. I do know a Virgo rising myself. This North Node is going to be impacting your 8th house. Other people's money and other people's resources. So this could look like new beginnings, blessings, opportunities, things coming your way by the grace of other people. So this is a money house. So this will have nothing to do with the money that you earn. So this could look like you being on the receiving end on an insurance settlement, a payout of some sort, an inheritance could come your way. This also looks good over the next 18 months if you wanted to go to financial institutions for financing. Maybe you want to finance a home or a car or a personal loan. going to the bank for those types of things. This is also a great, great energy for you to get your debt under control and be more proactive with your debt. If you do have outstanding debt, your creditors will be more apt to working with you on maybe lowering your interest rate, maybe cutting your payments down. You can negotiate a lot with regards to the debt that you owe other people. And well, speaking of debt that's owed to you, you may be getting monies back on things that you had never thought you would get paid back. So some people may be paying your loans back. If you've had money held up in some type of estate situation or a child support situation or an alimony situation that you could see in the next 18 months how that opens up for you and you start to receive those funds. Maybe you get a surprise check from the IRS that they didn't pay you properly over the last 2, 3, 4, 8 years or so, and they send you a big check. But this is a lot around money that you don't earn yourself. Now, this is also the area that governs sex and intimacy. Now, if you are connected with someone and there has been an issue on the front of intimacy or the front of sex, you may see a new beginning around those areas. Please keep in mind that sex and intimacy are two different things. Intimacy is the connection with another person, and then sex is the physical act itself. So if there's been issues with you and your partner around your sex life, this could be a start of a new beginning around that area, a breakthrough around that area. And this could also look like the same for your intimate connection. Now, this is the 8th house. This is a relationship house also. So there's a little bit of energy there for my single Virgo risings, maybe getting into some kind of relationship. But I feel like because it's an 8th house energy, this is going to be like a deep, like spiritual connection with someone else, okay? Now, the South Node is going to be in your 2nd house of earned income, how you earn your money, your job, your investments, your material possessions. You're another one that can go through transition with a job, but maybe you're going on to something bigger and better. You may see a stream of income leave or dry up. So be very, I don't want you to be fearful, but I just want you to be prepared for your money to go through adjustments during this next 18 months. And you may not have as much by way of your earning power or your earning potential over the next 18 months. Okay? Be careful in your spending and be definitely careful in your purchasing of big ticket items over the next 18 months. Please make sure that the purchase makes sense. Every purchase for my Virgo rising moving forward for the next 18 months has to make sense. And getting more serious about your retirement, your investments, your IRAs, and things of that nature is going to be very, very important. Okay? Do we have any questions about Cancer, Leo, or Virgo? Are y'all still out there? Because y'all sure are quiet. Let me know if y'all still out there. Say hey or something. I know Rashida is still here. Give me a heart or a thumbs up or something. But other than that, I'm going to keep going. Are you a Virgo sun or a Virgo rising? Thank you, Rashida. Netta, are you a Virgo rising or a Virgo sun? Okay, so let's keep it moving. The next we're going to talk about is Libra rising, Libra sun, or Libra moon. Okay, so if you're one of those, the North Node in the next 18 months is going to be impacting your 7th house. And you think rising? Okay, so that was for you. So Libra rising, sun or moon, the next 18 months is going to be impacted by the North Node in your 7th house of one-on-one relationships. Now, I like this because this is the North Node. This is about new beginnings. This is about, new opportunities. This is about the ability to strengthen your relationships. Now, just don't think romantic because the 7th house is the house of marriage. but it's also the house of long-term commitments, one-on-one relationships with family, friends, business partnerships, and also the people that we hire for services. So this could be opening the doors to new business partners. This could be, oh, somebody wants to see me because my nose is tearing me up. But why wouldn't he want to see me? But anyway, so this is a new beginning around how you do one-on-one relationships, how you do healthy one-on-one relationships. I love this for my coupled up Libra risings or Libra suns, because this could put a fresh new perspective and a fresh new beginning around your romantic relationships. So use this energy to really tie into, feed into, embrace, enjoy, love on your romantic partner, and also any of your other one-on-one relationships that you want to cultivate. Now, a new beginning around that could mean the ending of a relationship dynamic, but I'd have to think, because this is the North Node, this is something that's destined and supposed to happen. So don't hold too tight to those relationships that are clearly have run their course. Now, this could have you taking on new business partners. Libra's energy works much better in a partnership than it does individually. So if you are a Libra rising that has been hopeful for a business opportunity or a business partner, or going into business with your partner, this next 18 months is going to be very supportive of that, okay? Also, this is the area that governs legal agreements. So again, if you're a single Libra rising, or if you're a Libra rising that's currently dating someone, you could see your relationship change in some way. Could there be a marriage or proposal or moving in together? Or could it be like the relationship gets stronger, or you make a more committed, a more intense commitment to each other? Absolutely. Could this bring a single Libra rising, somebody walking into their life? Yes, this is good energy for that changes around you meeting someone during this time. Now, Libra rising, Libra sun, that south node is going to be in your first house. So you're another one, along with Aries, is going to be teetering on how to do one-on-one relationships in one-on-one relationships in a healthy way, and also maintaining your individuality. So you and Aries risings are going to be really doing a lot of work around yourself and your relationships. That's what we're going to be doing with that. With the south node being in your first house, this may be one of two lessons. It could be, if you're a Libra rising that has really not learned how to share yourself in a committed relationship, or share yourself in a healthy way in your one-on-one relationships, this is going to be a lesson that you need to learn. Now, if you're in the opposite end of that, and you're one of those that gets lost in your relationships, or you identify mostly with your partners or your friends or other people, this is a lesson of you learning how to be an individual, learning how to do that balance. So you and Aries risings are going to be doing a lot of work with regards to your individual selves and your one-on-one relationships, okay? Now, if you're a Scorpio rising, sun or moon, this is my sister. She's a Scorpio rising. Your North Node is going to have everything to do with your sixth house of health and fitness. So we are talking about taking your health very, very seriously over the next 18 months. Not only your physical health, but your mental health. Changing how you eat. You're another one that Scorpio rises that could be in for a job change or a career change, or something around your work environment starts to change. So again, finding a new job, a new position, if you're a business owner, hiring new people. This is going to be energy around how your work environment changes. Maybe your workload gets a little bit more busier over the next 18 months. And this is also the area that governs service to others. Now, when I look at service to others, one of the things I also look at is, are your relationships reciprocal? Are you giving out more than you're getting back? Are you showing up for people that are not showing up for you? Really paying attention to who is in your corner over this next 18 months. And Scorpio rising, this would be a great time for y'all to get a pet. All right, so a new beginning, new opening. Get yourself a pet. Pets are very therapeutic, but I want my Scorpio risings to pay attention to their health. You have very, very supportive energy to get yourself in a good space with your health, finding the right doctors, getting on the right eating plan for yourself, because remember, this is the house that governs the foods that we eat, and getting ourselves aligned, mind, body, and spirit. Now, Scorpio rising, your South Node is going to be in the 12th house. So while we're doing all this work around our health, and we're doing all this work around our work environment and new job potential and changing job potentials, this is still the 12th house, and we're dealing with the internal stuff. So releasing those old hurts, releasing things that we can't, releasing things that we can't fix. I think with Libra rising, when it comes to this South Node in the 12th house, this is all about you've done the internal work. And sometimes things just, you won't find a resolution to them. And you have to be able to accept that you've done as much as you can do. You've worked on what you can work on. You've acknowledged what's going on with you, but some things are just going to have to be left just the way they are. And this may come a lot with relationships. This may show up a lot with your relationships with other people. We always want to feel like that we can resolve a situation, we can resolve something with a loved one or someone in our life, and everything is going to be okay. Sometimes just walking away from it is the resolution. And that is the thing that makes it okay. So I want my Scorpio risings to be in a space of being okay with just releasing things and it not have a resolution. It just is what it is. All right. Now, some of you may come into contact with someone that has to, again, you're another one with the hospital stays, going into the hospital, maybe you or someone close to you, hospital, rehab center, prison. Hopefully we can avoid that. But that could come up for my Scorpio risings. Okay. Now, also Scorpio rising, you will be privy to information that has been withheld from you over this next 18 months. So if there's secrets, if there's things that have been going on behind your back and people have been keeping things from you, the next 18 months could reveal a lot of that information to you. Just be on the lookout for it. Okay. You don't even have to go look for it, to be honest with you. It's just probably going to come to you. Okay? Trust your intuition. The next one I'm going to talk about is Sagittarius rising, sun or moon. I do have a Sagittarius rising. She's on here. Hopefully she's still here, because this information she needs to hear, because this nodal shift for the next 18 months is going to impact her in the area that governs children and pregnancy and relationships. So if you are a Sagittarius rising, how the next 18 months could play out for you is there is a great possibility that a pregnancy could come up. So if you are not ready to have a baby, if you're not interested in having a baby right now, you need to protect yourself over the next 18 months, Sagittarius rising. Now, if you're ready to start a family, this is going to be the ideal time to get that started for you. But again, you're in a space of children and pregnancy. Now, when with regards to your children and this being the North Node, this is a great energy for you to get closer with your children. Your children may have some type of breakthrough or some type of milestone that they reach. Good things coming to them. So you're going to be centered around this next 18 months with a lot of focus on your children and their well-being. Okay. We can also look at dating. So if you are currently in a relationship, maybe a dating situation, there could be some changes that come up with regards to your current dating situation or your dating life over the next 18 months, whatever that looks like for you, please know that the universe is on your side. So whereas even if it is a breakup, that is something that is going to be there to support you, but you should see some kind of shift or change around your dating life. Now, let's say for instance, you don't have anybody. This is a great time to date. And I hope you people know how to date. We ain't just talking about dating one person. We're out there talking about having a good time, dating multiple people until you figure out who you like. So enjoy your dating life over the next 18 months because you actually could have a lot of prospects that come your way with this particular energy. And if you're Sagittarius rising, with this being in the 5th house, go to bingo, buy a scratch-off ticket, go to play the lottery, go to the casino. I have a Sagittarius rising that loves to go to bingo. I would tell her the next 18 months supports her on making a couple of trips to the bingo hall. Please do not play more than you can lose. Don't come and tell me about you didn't got rid of all your money, and I don't want to hear it. Gamble responsibly over the next 18 months. And this could also look like you giving into some type of hobby or something, because the 5th house is the house of joy. This is all about you just finding your joy over the next 18 months. Sagittarius rising, your South Node will be the releasing of friendships. Good. Your 11th house is going to be impacted by this energy, so this may look like the need for you to release certain friendships. That may happen voluntarily or involuntarily. Just know that if a friendship dies out, it was supposed to die out. And this could be you opening up your heart, opening up your energy to meeting new people, new friends. This could be a restructuring of your long-term goals over the next 18 months could come into play. Okay? So do we have any questions on Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius? Please let me know, because we're about to get down to the last 3, and I'm gonna let you guys go. All right, last 3. Capricorn rising, sun or moon. This is for you. Your North Node over the next 18 months is going to be impacting your home life. So new beginnings, new changes around your home life. So could you be purchasing a new piece of property? Yes, you could. Could you be moving? Yes, you could. Could you have people moving in and out? New people moving in and out of your home? Yes, you could. This also supports you on spending more time with your family, getting closer with your family. This definitely supports you over the next 18 months of resolving any family issues. You're another one that could use this time to dig into family history, tracing your family roots. That would be great for you. Again, buying and selling a property could come up. And especially those of you Capricorn risings that have had a property on the market, or you've been trying to get rid of a property, you actually may see something happen over the next 18 months. Hopefully it won't take that long, that you can probably get rid of whatever this is you're trying to sell. Or if you've been looking for the perfect home or the perfect piece of property, it could come up with any time between now and the next 18 months. And this is also a great time for you to really get closer to the women in your family, especially those of you that still have your mother with you. I would support you on spending a lot of time with your mother, making sure she's okay. Now, with regards to your mother or a parent or someone with feminine energy, there could be a need for you to take care of or show more attention to, or really pay more attention to the women in your family, particularly around your mother. Okay? Now, your 10th house is going to be lit up with the South Node, career house. I feel like my Capricorn risings are about to go through a total restructuring of their career. Some of you are going to be leaving careers that you have been in for years, and you are ready to start over to something entirely new. I support you on that. I think this is going to be a big career move for Capricorn risings, and I think it's going to be really, really good. It may be scary at the time, but it's in a good space to release things around your career that no longer serve you. Maybe you've been in a particular career for the last 20, 30, 40 years, and it's run its course. And you're deciding one day, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to do something totally different. And now I want to do something that I actually love to do. Whereas Capricorn risings and Capricorn energy will stay in a career because it pays well and it's stable. Now you are getting to the space where I want to do what I love. And I love that for you guys. So be prepared for that energy to shift with you with regards to your career. And you're another one that could have a title change of some sort, whether it be professional or personal. Next is going to be Aquarius rising, sun or moon. The North Node is going to be impacting your third house. Now, when I think about the third house, Aquarius could be making a move. You're another one that could be making a quick move over this next 18 months. And I always say the neighborhood you move to is not going to be too far from the neighborhood that you left. And if it's not a move, you could be seeing a lot of changes going on in your neighborhood. Now, I don't know what that could be. Maybe the homeowners association is putting in a park, or maybe you are being more interactive with your neighbors. Maybe you are getting new neighbors. Something about your neighborhood could be changing over the next 18 months, and that would include you moving out of your neighborhood. All right. You're another one that could be possibly getting a new vehicle over this time. And I would say with my Aquarius rising, I support you on educational pursuits, but particularly your educational pursuits are more like certifications. So your educational pursuits will look more like things that take you about 6 months to a year, no more than 2 years to complete. So maybe you're trying to up your skill set at your current job because you want to get a promotion and you need to have an additional certification or accreditation. This will be a great time for you to do that. And you're another one that could be doing a lot of road trips during this time and spending time with your extended family over the next 18 months, okay? Your South Node is going to be impacting your 9th house. Outdated beliefs around religion and spirituality are going to come up for you. Questioning your faith is going to come up. So at the end of this next 18 months, you may be in a different space with regards to what you believe in by way of how the world works, and particularly what you believe in around spirituality and religion. Okay? And finally, Pisces rising, sun or moon, your North Node is going to be in the 2nd house. So the next 18 months, you're going to be very, very much motivated to make money. You're another one that could run up on a new job, or you could be working multiple jobs over the next 18 months because you're so motivated in getting yourself in a good financial situation. I think the next 18 months is going to be really geared towards you getting your money together. So a new job, an additional job, getting your budget under control, your spending under control, making sure that you are stacking your money and your savings, making sure that you have your investments planned out, and being very careful. And I think you're going to be very mindful on the things that you spend your money on the next 18 months, which is really good for you. And also with the 8th house, the South Node being in your 8th house, we could see a stream of income leaving, but this is a stream of income that you don't work for. This is something that's typically given to you. So that could be a stream of income that's leaving, but you're so motivated to make money on this end, I don't think it's going to be a disruption for you. Just keep in mind that you may be losing a stream of income from someone or something, okay? And that's pretty much what I wanted to tell you on with Pisces rising. I think that's it for you. Just being mindful of monies that are given to you outside of your work could dry up over the next 18 months. All right? And that is how the North Node and the South Node is going to play out. Does anyone have any questions or concerns about that? And keep in mind, we'll be talking about this periodically over the next 18 months because we'll be talking about it as it ties into the eclipses. So this won't be the last time that you hear about this. All right? Oh, perfect timing. I'm 2 minutes early. So if you don't have any questions or concerns, we're going to wrap this up. I will be doing the readings tomorrow at the special rate. So if you are interested in getting the spiritual reading, which is regularly $85, tomorrow I will be doing it for $60. And if you're interested in getting a love reading, they're regularly $45. I will be doing them tomorrow for $30. Send me an inbox so we can get you set up for tomorrow. If you're interested in just getting a mini reading, which is a reading whereas I send a recorded message to whatever mode of social media you want me to send it to. And the mini readings are either the theme of your birthday year. This is where I talk about what is going to be standing out for you from birthday to birthday. Or we can do the love activation age, and this is where I calculate when love will probably come into your life or when you could see some changes around your love life. And this is for anybody single or married or coupled up. So I can do that. The theme of your birthday year is $10. The love activation year is $10. But if you wanted to do them both, you can combine them for $15. And you can do that. Just let me know if you're interested in that, and we can get that set up for you too. Also follow me on all the social media platforms, Instagram, YouTube. I don't know if I'm on Twitter, but you can look for me on Twitter. I don't know. But Instagram and YouTube, please follow me there, and here on Facebook.